Welcome to Meaningful Moment. So I always try to think about when I'm doing Meaningful Moment, what is the most meaningful thing I can say in this moment? And I really did a little bit of a video, but it's a little longer. Maybe this one can be a little shorter. But the most meaningful thing, and I'm not saying this, if I may say, with ignorance, because I was raised in the scholarship of Judaism and Jewish mysticism. I've written 40 books. I've studied pretty much what almost all philosophies and religions say. So it has a little bit of background to it. And the bottom line is that the most important thing to realize, and this is what the greatest saint and master, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, was trying to teach us, is that the Messianic era is here. Now, everybody thought that the Messianic era is going to be a time where what's going to happen is, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. We're going to have a resurrection of the dead, and clouds are going to take us from Chutz La'aretz, from outside of Israel into Israel, and there will be the Holy Temple coming down, all these beautiful things. But what most of us didn't dream of, because it was impossible to even have in your fantasy, is actually that God would become accessible. And he'd be so accessible, he'd become your best friend. And that's what Moshiach is really all about. It's about entering into a new type of relationship with God. And the best way to describe this is the first 2,000 years are called the 2,000 years of creation. God created and chaos, and man went crazy. And the next 2,000 years are called the 2,000 years of Torah, because along comes Abraham, and Abraham says, listen, there's a God. God communicated with him, there's right and there's wrong, and then God gave us the Torah, and it's for all people, because the religion of Judaism has two religions. It has 613 commandments for Jews and 7 Noahide laws. The whole world has to do goodness and kindness and obey God and be a good person. And then comes the redemption. 2,000 years of redemption leading into an infinite time. And that redemption is when you basically begin to seek the truth on your own. It's not something that comes top down. It comes from below to above. And then, just like Abraham, God responds to you, and then you begin to, it's like marriage. What is marriage? You're seeking your other half. You're seeking to be whole. You're seeking to have friendship and love and companionship, hopefully to have children in the future. And then you get married. Well, you can't get married and remain yourself. If you get married and remain yourself, it ain't going to be good. You have to make space. You have to kind of cut off half yourself to allow the other person to be there. And the two of you together are forging a new thing called your family. And the same thing is if you bring your ego to God, oh, I'm so great, like Aristotle thought he was so great because he kind of discovered the unity of God, then it's not going to work. But if you bring your humility to God, then you allow God in, and the two of you become married. And this allows the infinite wisdom to pulsate.